I've got Lloyd Shaw back with me again, and we're talking about Vibra-Train and vibration training. Very, very interesting. It's been around for years, vibration training, as you heard a little earlier. So I think the next best question to ask you, young man, is how did you get interested in this technology?
Okay, now this is where people tend to run out of the room. I'm a mortician by trade, which doesn't sound anything remotely similar to vibration training.
Right.
But my understanding of the human body is slightly outside a personal trainer's or a doctor's. I see worst case scenario every day. The things that actually kill you, not the things that maybe people think you die from. Biggest ones I see are obesity, type 2 diabetes caused from lack of circulation in the legs, and osteoporosis, where someone would crack a bone, get a fracture, blood clot fills around the fracture, and they can have, die later on. Now, most of these things are very simple to fix with a small amount of exercise, but no one really exercises like their doctor tells them to. Everyone says that do it, but I see the result of the fact of people not doing it. So instead of sitting around and us saying, oh well, who cares, it's not us, I thought, right, I should try and do something about it. Otherwise, what am I going to do? Sit in the mortuary and just, look at this problem and say, I could fix this. So I started looking at vibrotherapy, which had been used for over 100 years to help influence basic blood flow. NASA had been using light vibration to reverse bone density and got good clinical results. So it's a tested theory.
Right.
But of course the machines weren't designed to take over any more than 80 kg at the time. The best machine you could buy in the market, vibrotherapy machines. So someone who's morbidly obese couldn't use it. So you'd say, well, okay, sorry, you can't use my machine because you're overweight. That doesn't make any sense. No. So I thought, right, I should get involved in the industry and see if I can bring my skills to the table and build machines that complete the function they've been trying to do for over 100 years. So the theory was there, but no one had done the engineering. And then to try and launch a company to allow people, because I knew from day one that when we built these machines, no one could afford to buy them.
Yes,
I know how much steel and the motors and the electronics cost $20,000 for a unit to be built. And I thought, well, that means it's a rich man's game. Yes. I thought, right, if I go out and build the machines and allow access to the machines to the average person at a good price, we'll see if it works. So I did. Okay,
so you started with a few machines obviously in places?
Yes, I actually started working with a couple of retail companies first, but their only concern was making money. They didn't even mind if the machines didn't work. So of course that wasn't what I got involved in with. I get paid enough for mortuary work. I want to make money, that's just what I do. This was a hobby. This is something I wanted to complete. So I went on my own. We get the machines built in Otahu and to exact specifications, and we set up a studio train full of machines. Okay. So, and now they're available, of course, at different locations right throughout New Zealand, which we'll mention again at the end of the show. But can you explain how vibration training actually works? I mean, some people might think it's complicated. It's so simple. Right. It's funny. If you jump off something like a stool, when you hit the ground, you use what they call involuntary reflexes to catch your body weight. You don't need to be taught them. From the age of 1 or 2, the moment you start jumping around the place, you just do them. These are called eccentric contractions, very large contractions we use to catch a ball, catch your own body weight. Even if I push you over and you rebalance, you don't do it without thinking about it, it's still a muscular response. Very similar to a wobble board. You stand on the wobble board and you just balance. No thought process allowed, but it's still exercise. The vibration machines just come underneath you with a certain amount of force, replicating you hitting the ground. Causes the muscles to contract, basically fooling the muscle, thinking into you doing a little jump, but you're staying still. That at all, no, it happens 43 times a second, only 3 millimeters, which is so tiny, it feels like you're standing still. It's a very smooth ride, but your muscles don't think that. All it thinks is I'm catching my own body weight over and over and over and over again, and it fatigues very quickly. So you've got pressure and you've got movement, which is what exercise is. Which is what it's all about, isn't it? So very briefly, do you need to be already fit? You know, a lot of people say, oh, will I have to be fit to get on one of these machines? Our oldest customer at the studio is 84 at the moment. We have 90-year-olds coming to the studios. They haven't exercised since they were at school. They're quite open and honest about it. They said, right, we were forced to, then I stopped. The involuntary reflexes that it uses can't be taken away from you. Even when you have multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, motor neuron disease, they are still intact. Right. In other words, the healthiest person in the world has them, and the sickest person in the world has them, and the unfittest in the world person has them. Right. They're all the same, and you can't lose them. Okay. So it's something that would be beneficial for most people. And I guess if people want to check out whether it would be beneficial for them and where the VibraTrain machines are, you've got a good website, haven't you? Yes, we have VibraTrain.com. Right. And you can call 09 309 6874 to get the phone number to your local studio.
Okay, and there are a number of local studios right around New Zealand. If you want to find out more about vibration training and the VibraTrain machines, just check out vibra-train.com.